So welcome everybody. We're going to talk about ways we can use our products, our natural products, to make DIY at home products which will be non-toxic and safe to use for all our family. So it's called Discover Essential Oils because there's so many ways we can use it, and it's really exciting and empowering as a mum or as just a person in general to be able to um, use our products to benefit so many ways. So I'm really excited to share what we've got for you. As I said at the beginning, these slides will be made available as a PDF document, so you can take it away with you and you can use it to make your own things. So we've got homemade skincare and some roller recipes and things like that. So it'll be a nice one to keep and refer to. So for those that don't know much about essential oils, I just want to quickly mention what they are. Essential oils are the concentrated essence of the plant, and they're distilled and prepared, whether it's the resin from the tree, we can see there the local man who is sort of an expert in getting the resin from the frankincense tree, the Boswellia tree there. And the tree's only able to be scored a few times to keep it sustainable and to keep that tree um, being healthy as well. So that's why it's so precious. And things like the lavender, we know just grabbing some lavender in your hands when you're passing a garden, you can smell that scent. That natural aroma is actually the essential oil that's contained there in the flower head, and that's steam distilled for our benefit. We've got things like the peppermint. We maybe use herbs in our cooking, and many essential oils are found in the the leaves as well. And then we've got things like the floral, and then we've got the citrus oil. So if you've ever tried things like wild orange, lemon, grapefruit, all it is when you've got the rind of that fruit at home, you can literally just peel the fruit and squeeze those little pores, and you get the essential oil coming out of the pores of that fruit. That's all it is. The difference about today is we're talking about the pure stuff. We're not talking about anything synthetic because there's so much on the market. These little brown bottles that are not pure, it can contain very synthetic or adulterated fragrances that often are bad for our health. But all these things are completely natural and good for our health. So we're talking about doTERRA oils that are from the earth. That's what doTERRA means. I'll just let this lady in. So we can use this for in our family, in our home environment, and we know it's safe to use. Just a little bit more about adulteration. Emily Wright, who founded doTERRA, when she visited a lab in an oil broker in France, she wanted some lavender essential oil, and they told her that they could produce whatever kind of lavender oil she wanted. She said she wanted the lavender that came from the plants in the field, assuming that's what everyone had. But the producers assured her that they can produce a lavender essential oil that fit any aromatic profile and chemical profile that she wanted, and the price point could be determined in the lab. This was done by adding synthetic molecules to extend the oil, or even natural compounds that are isolated and less expensive from the plant material and added in. So they're like extenders, really. It was unacceptable for her. That's why she founded doTERRA. She's fanatical about using the pure, unadulterated plant extracts that have just been distilled from that plant. Adulterated essential oils are ineffective and at best and dangerous at worst. And they've found that about 80% of the market is adulterated with or very low quality. So interested at the end, she says, it terrifies me to think that a good intentioned mum might be putting adulterated lavender on her child, not knowing the harm it could cause. And she wants every mother to feel safe using pure, tested essential oils to benefit her children. So you can be sure that when you use any essential oils that are from doTERRA, that they are the safest, purest that we know. I haven't known any purer, and we have some aromatherapists in the room and they can reassure you the same. So the benefits of using these natural extracts, because on the market there's so many things that can cause lots of problems, and a lot of us are trying to detox, low tox our home, aren't we? We've got cleaning products, we've got things that we got go on our skin and our kids' skin. So in Skincare, there's a lot of parabens, phthalates, and synthetic colours and fragrances, as well as the sodium lauryl sulfate, which are very harmful. They've been known to disrupt the endocrine system, which is our hormone system. A lot of younger girls from the age of, let's say, 8 to 9, if they're using cosmetics earlier, you often find that they are starting puberty, starting their periods earlier. And one of the reasons is the endocrine disruptors earlier on, which is quite scary. Also, things like cleaning products, household products are not regulated, and there can be a lot of carcinogens in there, and hormone disruptors, as well as asthma inducers. Have you ever sprayed a bottle of something and you can't breathe after? It's quite scary, isn't it? So, lots of things like detergents, aerosols, furniture polish contain these VOCs. Obviously, they're trying to reduce that, but not everything that's out there is good for us. So the cleaner and more natural we can have in our home, we're just going to benefit, and our family's going to benefit. Things like home fragrances as well. I used to be that person that put plugins in the home with all the synthetic stuff, and I do know better now. But yeah, it can really affect everything, especially our respiratory system. And so, if anyone in the household's got any asthma or allergies, I would definitely remove anything synthetic of a fragrance nature and start from scratch. And we're going to show you some lovely ways that we can make some really pure, low tox products. Just a little bit about safety when we're dealing with essential oils. If we're using it on our skin, just to avoid the eyes and the inside of our nose and ears. When we use it topically, we can use a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil, or we can use jojoba oil, any plain pure oil that you like. It could be almond oil or whatever you prefer, really. We use fractionated coconut oil because it's non-greasy and it's easily absorbed into the skin. But like I said, it's personal preference, really. When we're using certain oils on the skin, especially in summer, when we do get a few days of sun, avoid things like lemon, wild orange, the citrus oils basically, because they are photosensitive. So if we're applying it to our skin, going in the sun, just like when you used to put lemon juice on your hair, they are photosensitive. So just watch out for that and make sure that you leave it for about 12 hours, or put it somewhere where you're not going to be exposed to the sun. Use glass containers with your oil. So we're going to be using some rollers, spray bottles. Some spray bottles can be plastic, but really high density plastic. So anything that comes from doTERRA would be that. Just to make sure that if we're using citrus oils, we want to use glass containers. The reason for that is sometimes the plastic and the citrus oil is so powerful, cleansing can actually destroy some of the plastic. So just a note that doTERRA oils are so very potent, so you don't need a lot. And we've had proof of that because we've had a lady who has an organic skincare company, and she was reluctant to use doTERRA because of the cost. But when she found that she was making the skincare, she was using, I think, a third of the amount of the essential oils in the skincare, so she didn't need as much. So actually she saved money, or it balanced out. Just write it down. Second. So, some of the equipment that might be useful if you haven't already got it would be a diffuser. We've got a spray bottle, some glass jars if you're making your own sort of body butter and things like that. And yeah, spray bottles, roller bottles, and things like that. Yeah. Okay. So for skincare, we have a few things that we can use to make our own body butters and things like lip balm. So these are some of the ingredients you'll need. Like I said, this can all be taken away with you. But we've got shea butter, cocoa butter, solid coconut oil, the stuff that you can buy from Aldi, which is just the solid jars. And then fractionated coconut oil, you could replace that with another pure plain oil as well. And this is so easy to use. You literally melt it all of this into a double boiler, just like you would when you're melting chocolate. mix it all in, and then when it's at room temperature, you add your chosen essential oils. Pop it in the fridge so it hardens, and it will have this kind of color. And then take it out the fridge. So leave it overnight. Take it out the next day, and when it's like you can push your finger in and it's sort of mixable, you just literally get a whisk, electric whisk, and you whip it up, and it just it. That's like a picture of what it looks like, apart from the purple color. It looks really whipped, so that then all you just do is decant it into jars, and you've got your own homemade body butter. It's that easy, very, very easy to use, and you can make your own flavors of whatever you want. So some people add peppermint if they want a nice peppermint body butter for feet, or you can have a lavender or wild orange, serenity, any sort of relaxing blend you want to make there. So that's the body butter, and we've made these lip balms. These are so easy. You can buy a little pack of beeswax all on Amazon, just really cheap for what you can make. The amount of lip balms you can make, you can get these little tins online. It's so cheap. You literally boil it again, the same in a double boiler. Boil those together, and then once it's all amalgamated, you add your chosen essential oils. We make some like fruity ones and some peppermint ones or spearmint. It's really lovely. So lip balm, body butter. Some people use the body butter as a face cream. Depends how rich you want your face cream. And you've also got some DIY bath salts. So all you need is a pack from, you can get them from B&M Bargains, the pure plain Epsom salts, or magnesium flakes, or Himalayan salts. They're really detoxifying. And then you can add your chosen essential oils. There's so many essential oils you can choose in your bath salts. It depends what you want, whether you want a muscle soaking type of thing, to help relieve sore muscles, or you might want to choose more relaxing ones like lavender or frankincense there. But there's so much more, and there's some more suggestions there at the bottom as well. So that's your skincare that you can make yourself, and that's how to use it. Sort of the method there. And then when it comes to making rollers, so when we think we want to make, let's say, we'll talk a little bit more about why essential oils can affect our mood, but this is here just as a guideline. So if we do buy some rollers and we want to make up a relaxing blend or something uplifting, then let's say we are, I don't know, 11 years plus, we've just used 10 drops of our essential oil. Let's say we're using wild orange, 10 drops of wild orange, and you could use 10 drops of lavender, and then you can fill that up with the fractionated coconut oil, and then you've got your own mood oil. These are just guidelines. If we're talking about elderly, newborn to 1 year old, children, I'd say under 10, then I would be more careful and use the exact amount. But if it's sort of 11, 12 plus, then you can pretty much go with what you want. Let's say if you want it stronger, you can add more drops. There's no set thing with this. It's just for babies and the elderly. We need to be most careful. And obviously pregnant women, there's certain oils to avoid for pregnancy. But generally things like lavender and frankincense are completely safe to use. Okay, so just going to go through three of the ways that we can use our essential oils, and then we can see how it can benefit us and what we can decide to put in our homemade recipes. So aromatic is probably the key or the most popular way of using essential oils that we all know about, and we can do that by just inhaling straight from the bottle. We can put a drop of the essential oil on our hands and rub together, and then inhale, close our eyes, and inhale for 4 breaths and exhale for 4. This is one of the key ways to regulate our nervous system. So if we've got children or ourselves and we're feeling anxious on a regular basis, and this is a real key way, because what it does is it really calms our nervous system. But because our olfactory bulb is related to our limbic system, that's where we pick up the scent, it can have a direct emotional response. Depending on what oil we have, we can have a different reaction. We're going to talk about how citrus oils can uplift us, or lavender can ground us, or some of the tree oils can be really calming and grounding for us. And we can also use diffuser jewelry. So just type in lava bead bracelet. You can either make your own bracelets or buy them, and then you can add your drops of oil and then keep that on through the day. So you've always got something to smell whenever you feel like you need that comfort there. And obviously, we've talked about aromatic this way, but if you've got a room diffuser, like an ultrasonic diffuser, which you can pick up pretty much anywhere, take the lid off, fill it with your water up to the line, and you add your various essential oils. So I'm going to show you some of those in this recipe here. So this is a way to scent your home naturally without the need for any synthetic fragrances. I was one that used to use things like Febreze to try and eliminate odors, but I use essential oils and it has such a better effect on me because I use things like lemon in my diffuser. Let's say I'm having a really good deep clean at home. I'll set the diffuser with lemon on, maybe a bit of peppermint or a bit of on guard, and it really just cleanses the air. It's really powerful. Things like lemongrass are good as well. So there's something for everything, whatever you're feeling, whether it's germ time, going back to school and everyone's getting a bit of a bug, then you can stop the spread using the On Guard protective blend. At night time, you may want to get a nice restful sleep and start setting up your bedroom for a nice relaxing atmosphere. You want to be adding things like lavender, wild orange, and even the air blend to help get a better, um, sort of breathe better as you sleep and clear your airways. So there's lots of different recipes there. And this is not the end. There's so many blends you can make, depending on how you feel. So you can just use your own sense, your own nose, and it's really nice just to think, actually, I'll put that in the diffuser today and see how that smells. And if it generally you can mix and match. I don't think I've never had a bad diffuser smell. I don't know about you. They all smell nice, apart from oregano. So yeah, you just use your own sort of sense of smell. So internally, so we're only talking about doTERRA oils because they're certified pure and tested. They're even known as pharmaceutical grade oils, and they've been approved by the FDA for internal use, so we can use it to support ourselves internally. When you think of like the wild orange oil, this is being used in water to help cleanse the body. It's a nice digestive, but it's also nice and alkaline for our body. So it's a really good way to sort of pimp up our water as we drink it through the day. So some good filtered water, and it really does help the water go down with a nice citrus oil in that. And you can pick and choose what citrus oils you use in your water. We've got On Guard, we mentioned like for colds and flus, but this is brilliant at taking internally because of the clove there in the rosemary. It really helps, and other oils in there like cinnamon really help to keep our immune system strong over the winter months, and not just through the winter, through the summer as well. So we can add that into an empty vegetable capsule, which are available to buy from doTERRA. You just put a drop or two in. The reason we use a veggie capsule is just because it could be a slightly hot oil, particularly the On Guard. So we don't want to taste that in water. So we're just going to take our own medicine basically in a capsule. Things like pure distilled frankincense oil is really good for cellular health and really good to help with our mental fatigue. So I've started to take a drop of frankincense at night time. I used to take it in the morning, but I find at night time when I wake up, I feel so much better. So give that one a go because your body's working overnight, isn't it? Repairing and everything. So a drop of frankincense at night has been really helpful. And then topically, so we mentioned using a roller, and the one way we can use our roller for our mood is to apply it to our pulse points like we would a perfume, and to inhale that. We can apply it to the area of concern. Let's say we've got sore muscles on our back or a knee problem, or we've injured something, then we've got some beautiful repairing and soothing anti-inflammatory oils for that area as well. So we just apply that to targeted as you would with anything like deep heat or anything like that. You would just target that area. And obviously we'd always dilute with carrier oil and the chosen oil like deep blue or peppermint, really good. If we're using it for general wellness, then we want to be using it on the bottoms of our feet, on our reflex points, the largest area of the body for the pores to be absorbed into our body. And it's really good and effective to use that way. When you think of like the eucalyptus air blend that we've got, a little bit like a very natural Vicks or a Snuffle balm, this is a great way of applying it onto the feet, the sinus points of the feet, and to really help, especially newborn or babies when they're all stuffy, to really help clear their airways. So that's a really good place to put it on the feet. Things like head tension and things like that are really good way to use. Like, for example, peppermint is great. Is to roll it onto the temples, wherever the tension is, could be around the back of the neck or at the front, wherever you feel that tension. And you can usually feel within about 15-20 minutes that relief. Whether you need to go further with the medication or not, it's good to try the natural route first, just to see if that just takes the edge off your head tension there. And also topically, we know the benefits of these oils for our skin. They're really rejuvenating and soothing. Things like adding a drop of lavender or frankincense to our moisturizer or an oil, and using that as our skincare routine can really enhance our skin and really help to get that glow if we're feeling a bit run down. Okay, so this is just a little review of the ways we can use oils, and it's not the end either. There's so much more we can use it, but we've got something for head tension and migraines. We've got something for our breathing, skin, hair, and nails. We've got frankincense, lavender, and tea tree. The trio, the infamous trio there. We've got something for tummy aids, peppermint, and zenja. And if we struggle with seasonal allergies, we've got lemon, lavender, and peppermint. Those three together this time of year is great in the diffuser. Also great to make your own natural sort of antihistamine. This is the blend together in a roller to roll it on our feet, and we can apply that. So just a little snapshot. Again, this will be available after for you to have a further look. As things crop up, you've got something for everything. We mentioned making maybe a pain roller up, so you could use any of these combination of oils to help support a painful area. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you this little kit because in between us, it's got something for everything. We're going to talk more about stress and anxiety, but this covers, we've got Balanced, which is a grounding blend of tree oils, and it's beautiful. It's just really good for anxiety and stress. So there's something for our emotions, but there's also things like the first aid oils like tea tree for our, if we get bitten on holiday, or if we've got spots or skin problems, and we can make our own ouch spray with tea tree and lavender. We've got wild orange, which is just amazing as a mood uplifter. Also great to use in cooking as well. We know the top on guard blend for the immune system. We've got lavender, which is just a brilliant all-rounder. Peppermint, the Swiss Army knife, which is great for cooling us down. It's great if we've got sore muscles. And it's also good for our digestion. We can rub it over kids' tummies diluted just to help any sore tummies. We can take it in some warm water as a drink. 1 drop of peppermint oil is like 28 cups of peppermint tea. So if we do struggle with any sort of discomfort, then peppermint might be our best friend. And then if we struggle with tension and circulation, then Aroma Touch is really good for any sort of circulation problems, water retention, anything that's not getting the flow is stopped. We need to use Aroma Touch. It's got cypress oil in there that can really help get everything flowing again, whether it's water, blood flow, any sort of circulation problem. Then Aroma Touch would be useful to use on a regular basis. And then we've got Deep Blue, which is our natural deep heat, and it smells very soothing. It's known as a soothing blend. We know we use it for sort of back problems, achy muscles. We know the German football team use this before and after a match. So it's definitely got their seal of approval to help with muscle tension. And is it Rory McIlroy? He used the Deep Blue for an injury in the last in his last competition. We saw pictures on the news for that, so that's good. And what's good about this kit, it's got 8 oils in, but it's also got the fractionated coconut oil, the full size bottle, and it's got a diffuser which is worth about £50 on its own, and it's a great little starter kit just to get started if anyone's thinking, oh, actually, I don't know where to start. I would definitely recommend something like this. So just looking at mood, we mentioned we're going to talk a little bit about what we can use to make our own sort of mood blends. So let's say you're feeling a bit run down or you're just feeling a bit sad and listless, and you want to be using the citrus oils. But you can also combine citrus with a floral oil because that's really comforting as well. We know what do you do when somebody's a bit down or sad? You give them flowers, don't you? So think of floral as really comforting, but think of citrus as really uplifting. So combining those together, you'll have a beautiful blend. And just if you're not sure about what oils go together, when you have your oils in front of you, just smell both of them and see if they work together. And then you can decide whether you put those in the diffuser or whether you make a roller of both of those up together, and then top it with your coconut oil. Things like wild orange and peppermint are really good for just uplifting. I think this is a great combination if you're feeling a bit gloomy, apathetic, and you need cheering up and energizing, then this is a beautiful combination. If anyone hasn't tried a drop of wild orange in one hand, a drop of peppermint in the other, rub together, we call it the dough bomb. If you're ever sad or your friends are sad, just put a drop on each and see the face after. Make sure they close their eyes though, because it is quite a powerful one. Just bear with me a sec, I just need to shut my door. And then we mentioned before about the balance oil. It's one of the most popular oils for helping people with anxiety because of the tree blend. It's like going into a forest. It's incredibly grounding. If you struggle with panicky things like panic attacks and things like that, this would be a great one to use on a regular basis, using that breathing technique we talked about. I would start the day just to breathe in balance and apply it to the feet, and take a little roll of balance with you wherever you go. Balance and wild orange together, we actually make something called monster juice for kids who are struggling. And that's been really effective at helping children. If you feel like they're just going to fly off the handle, it really just helps to calm them. Really good. Okay, so we've got a blend that we use. It's called the Flute blend, and this is our immune blend. We've talked about On Guard, but combining all of these oils together is a really powerful combo if you're feeling really run down. Let's say we keep being ill on a regular basis, then I would suggest making a roller of Flute, and that'll keep you strong over the winter period. So we mentioned the trio for this has been brilliant. I took this on, I made a little spray bottle with this on holiday, and it was absolutely fantastic for grazed, falling over, grazing yourself. You could just spritz this over any sort of bite, mosquito bites or anything like that. It's just brilliant. If you burnt yourself, because you've got the tea tree, which helps to get rid of any infection, the lavender's soothing for burns, and then the frankincense is very healing. So combined together, it's just wonderful for the skin. It would be great for athlete's foot and things like that as well. So you could use it as a foot spray. Really good all-rounder is this one. A sleepy spray we could make if we wanted to sort of set our room up. Sometimes you can either make a roller for sleep, or you can make it in a spray bottle. Spritz your pillow, spritz yourself down, and just really helping that lavender. The linalool is really incredibly relaxing for our body in the lavender. So you can add a bit of witch hazel or a bit of rubbing alcohol if you want to. You can just do it with the spray. So let's say you put in, say, 25 drops of lavender there, filling the rest with water. That's fine as it is. You'll obviously need to shake it every time because the oil and water don't mix. But using a drop or two of witch hazel or any sort of plain alcohol like vodka or rubbing alcohol in there, it just helps to disperse the oil and water and helps it go further. If you get me, gets it into the air. I found that does work. And it can be picked up from the chemist quite for about £2, I think, witch hazel. So that's really good. We mentioned the seasonal allergy blend, and you can use it in so many ways. So that's a really good reminder. Just this time of year, it's just great in the diffuser. It just makes a beautiful scent. If you're not sure what to put in the diffuser, I'd just put these three in because it's just beautiful all year round. Another calm blend you could use in a roller would be lavender, frankincense, and wild orange. That's a real treatful blend because we know frankincense isn't the cheapest, but it's such an exquisite scent altogether. So that would be beautiful. And if you didn't want to use frankincense, just use wild orange and lavender, and that would be lovely. Whether you use it in a roller, apply it to your feet. You can even take these in a capsule because it provides a natural sort of sedative effect on the body as well. Pain and tension, just some suggestions how you can use any of these oils or all of them in a combination to help with discomfort, and just keeping on top of it. Remember, anything that you do, if you're supporting some issue, do it every 3 hours if you can, because we know our body sort of gets it out the system like it does with everything. So keep on top of it. Peppermint oil is the driver. Use peppermint over the top, and it really helps with circulation. We mentioned about toxic cleaning, and this is a really good way to make your own multi-surface cleaner. I'm going to change this recipe actually because very simply, with this spray bottle, if you've got white vinegar, if you want to do a glass cleaner, so I only use 2 sprays now, glass cleaner, multi-surface. Glass cleaner is half vinegar, half water, ideally distilled or boiled water. And then I use my lemon and lime or any sort of lemon for the glass, maybe like 25 drops of lemon. That's my glass cleaner, and it's better than Windoline, and it gets everything sparkly. If it's multi-surface, I would use 1/3 vinegar, 2 parts of the water, and then any of your essential oils that you decide to use. These are incredibly antibacterial, antiviral, so really good for surfaces. So I would just use that ratio. I'm going to change it at the end off, and I'll send you the more accurate measurements. There, we make our own hand wash. I don't think we buy anything anymore. We literally, as everything is made from scratch, and it's so easy. Literally, a squirt Castile soap into here, fill it with water, and add whatever flavor or scent of essential oil I want. So downstairs I've got like orange and lavender. Upstairs I've got on guard or whatever. Swap and change, and that's really nice. You can add a bit of fractionated coconut oil as well. It just makes it more moisturizing, but really good. If it's in a foaming dispenser, it just comes out as beautiful foam as well, and the kids love it. And it's so cheap, so really good to have around. And some ideas of what you can add to your hand wash, whether you want it as a antimicrobial, cleanser, peppermint, cooling, energizing, soothing, whatever you want. The list is endless of what you can add to your hand soap. Sorry, that's the wrong slide, bear with. I'm just going to stop sharing it there. Yes. Lovely. So that is the end of the how to make everything. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm just going to stop recording, and I'll open it up to any questions.